Hello and welcome to another mini course presented by the Center for Teaching Excellence. Today we're going to take a look at how we can use Adobe Audition to clean up our audio. Audition is part of the Adobe Creative Cloud and it's available to all faculty and staff. If you need help installing it, you can contact ITS. To get started, I'm going to open some footage that I shot earlier. Here you can see that I've opened Adobe Audition, which is part of the Adobe Creative Cloud suite, so you would find this with all of your other Adobe products. I'm going to use Audition in a little bit of a different way than it's typically intended. Audition is a program intended for editing audio, and while I am editing audio, I'm going to open up a video. So what I need to do is go to File, Open, then select a piece of footage that I would like to edit. Then, when I found the footage, I will select Open. Now, down here you can see my video, but what we're seeing here is the waveform for the audio, and this is what we're editing right now. We're going to edit that waveform for the audio. Notice here we can see places where I was speaking and places where I was quiet. This might be a part where I was thinking about what I wanted to say, or I was just giving a break to make editing easier, but I have these quiet places. And if I select one of these quiet places and go down here to play, we can hear some background noise, we can hear some buzzing, and we can hear some little sounds in the background. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that buzzing and background noise out. So what I'm going to do, with that area highlighted, I'm going to go to Effects, I'm going to go to Noise Reduction and Restoration, I'm going to select Capture Noise Print. And what that did was capture those weird little sounds, those little background sounds that I want to get rid of. Now I'm going to deselect that area simply by clicking. Now nothing is selected. I'm going to go back up to Effects. I'm going to go back down to Noise Reduction and Restoration. And this time I'm going to go to Noise Reduction Process. And when I select that, it'll bring up this kind of funny looking graph here. And what that's doing is it's showing that background noise in my piece. Now, if we had a little bit more expertise with Audition, we can edit this. But for now, we're just going to accept the default and select Apply. Now, with this, the default settings are quite good. So if I select that area before that had that background noise and I push play again, you can see it's much quieter, it's much less noticeable than it was before. So this is really good for that. I use it quite often when there's a hum or a hiss. So for example, there is an air conditioner running in the room, or if there is wind that is noticeable. I will use this to remove some of that from my audio clip. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is save this. And if I go to File, Save, it's going to give me a Save As. It's going to tell me what the name of the file will be. It will say where the location is, and it will say that its format is WAV PCM. All of this is good. The only thing that we'd probably want to change is we might want to browse to where we want to save it. Now, looking at this, I can tell this is in my video test folder where I'm working right now, so that should be okay. Since that's okay, I'm going to select OK. And that saved my file. Now sometimes, and I believe I have this setting turned off on mine, it might give you a warning saying that you're saving as audio, not as video. If you see this, don't worry about that. We're going to put the audio back with the video in Premiere in the next mini course. This may sound a little tricky, but it's actually quite easy. Remember, if you need help with Audition, feel free to drop by the Center for Teaching Excellence.